Have you realized that aging doesn't just affect your joints or muscles, it impacts your vision too? Most people assume that blurry vision night blindness or dry eyes are unavoidable signs of getting older. They're not. Your eyes deteriorate because your body's nighttime repair system is breaking down. That system is supposed to restore your tissues while you sleep, and it's no longer doing its job effectively. There's a simple natural way to support that repair process. One specific fruit, when eaten at the right time in the evening, can help your eyes recover overnight. Understand this: your eyes are among the most energy-hungry organs in your body. They work non-stop during the day, constantly exposed to light oxidation, blood sugar swings, and toxins. This constant strain creates oxidative damage that accumulates every single day. Your body is designed to fix that damage during deep sleep. But for many older adults, that process is disrupted. Poor blood sugar control, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation block oxygen and nutrients from reaching the eye tissues that need them most. That's why so many people wake up with dry, tired, or blurrier vision. The issue isn't just age, it's your body's inability to meet the eye's high repair demands with adequate resources. This is where targeted nutrition becomes essential. Eating the right foods before sleep can improve your blood chemistry, reduce oxidative stress, and deliver the building blocks your eyes require for cell regeneration. The result: sharper vision, better night sight, and stronger protection against age-related eye disease. In a moment, I'll explain exactly how this works, how your body's repair cycle depends on hormones like melatonin and insulin, and how oxidative stress directly damages your retina. You'll learn which fruit specifically supports nighttime eye recovery when consumed strategically before bed. You'll also receive direct action steps, not vague advice. You'll know what to eat, when to eat it, and how to adjust your evening routine so your body repairs rather than declines overnight. Stay with this until the end. You'll leave with a clear understanding of how to activate your natural nighttime repair system and keep your vision strong no matter your age. When people discuss aging, they usually think of wrinkles or weak muscles. Few realize that the eyes show the earliest and most measurable signs of biological aging. Here's why eye tissue has one of the highest metabolic rates in the body, just behind the brain. Your eyes burn through massive amounts of energy every moment you're awake. Think of it this way. Your eyes are like the headlights of a car running non-stop. The longer they stay on, the more heat they produce, and the faster the filament burns out. If you never replace or maintain that bulb, it fails guaranteed. That same failure is happening inside your retina and lens cells. All day, these cells produce harmful byproducts, reactive oxygen species, also called free radicals. The retina, filled with millions of photoreceptors that translate light into electrical signals, is constantly bombarded by light. This bombardment drives oxidative stress. At the same time, the lens, the transparent structure focusing that light, takes continuous damage from UV exposure. Its proteins stiffen, its clarity fades, and without an active repair system, this leads directly to cataracts, macular degeneration, and worsening night vision. Now here's the key: your body isn't helpless. During deep sleep, your eyes switch to repair mode. Retinal enzymes clear damaged proteins. The lens begins detoxification. The cornea absorbs oxygen directly from the air, completing the restoration cycle. This process is meant to be a nightly overhaul, a full repair of overstressed tissue. But for many older adults, that cycle is broken. Two main reasons. 1. Nutrient deficiency. The body lacks essential antioxidants and repair substrates. 2. Metabolic overload. Excess glucose and chronic inflammation block recovery. It's like trying to rebuild a damaged structure at night while the fire is still burning and there are no materials left. The repair never completes. The result: waking with dry, irritated, or blurrier eyes than the day before. Damage compounds daily. So the problem isn't just age. The real issue is that your eye's energy output exceeds your repair capacity. The system is running at a deficit, and you feel it in your vision. The solution is simple and biological. Feed your eyes the right nutrients before sleep. Lower nighttime glucose to reduce oxidative stress. Support melatonin-driven repair to trigger regeneration. When you restore the inputs, the eyes can perform the work they were designed to do. clear repair and recover. This is not aging beyond control. It's a repair process waiting for the right conditions to resume. Most people never make this connection. Your nighttime blood sugar levels determine how well your eyes repair themselves during sleep. We often talk about high glucose in relation to heart disease, weight gain, or diabetes. But even slightly elevated blood sugar can quietly damage the tissues of your eyes. Think of your eye as a precision camera lens that must stay perfectly clear to capture a sharp image. Now imagine pouring a thin layer of syrup over that lens every night. The glass clouds the parts stick, and the image distorts. That's what happens inside your eyes when glucose stays high while you sleep. Excess sugar binds to proteins in your lens and retina through a process called glycation. These proteins become rigid, inflamed, and unable to function properly. Glycation is not minor. It's a known trigger of cataracts and macular degeneration. Studies show a clear trend: even older adults with slightly elevated fasting glucose lose vision faster than those who maintain stable levels. Now, the second factor, insulin resistance, compounds the problem. As we age, our cells stop responding efficiently to insulin. Glucose lingers in the bloodstream instead of moving into the muscles or liver for storage. This leaves the eyes trapped in an energy paradox, surrounded by sugar but unable to use it. The blood is full of energy, yet the retinal cells are starving for usable fuel. This persistent imbalance slowly dismantles the eye's internal repair systems. Over time, even without diabetes, vision declines because the nightly repair never completes. The takeaway is simple: elevated glucose, even within the normal range, blocks your eye's ability to restore themselves. If you want to protect your vision, you must control nighttime glucose and restore insulin sensitivity. It's not optional. It's the foundation of long-term ocular health. Eliminate high glycemic snacks before bed. Items such as white bread cookies or even sweetened breakfast cereal will trigger a rapid glucose spike and maintain that elevated level for hours, sabotaging repair. Strategically pair evening meals with protein and healthy fats. For example, consume a piece of fruit not in isolation, but with a small portion of nuts or a slice of low-sugar cheese. This measurably decelerates the release of glucose into your circulatory system. Implement gentle evening movement. A mere 10-minute walk immediately following dinner has been shown in clinical studies to reduce post-meal glucose by a substantial 20 to 30%. This single behavioral change can dramatically mitigate nighttime glycation stress on your eyes. Be precise about the timing of your final meal. Circadian biology research confirms that late-night eating disrupts the function of both melatonin and insulin. Ideally, your final bite of dinner should occur a minimum of 2 to 3 hours before you plan to sleep, allowing your blood sugar to normalize before the repair window commences. Focus relentlessly on foods that naturally support insulin sensitivity. These include proven agents like cinnamon vinegar, leafy greens, and omega-3 rich sources such as salmon or walnuts. By actively decreasing insulin resistance, you enable your eyes to receive the steady fuel delivery required for effective regeneration. If your blood sugar is unstable at night, your eyes are effectively paralyzed from repair. The lens is glycated, the retina is inflamed, and the repair enzymes are overwhelmed. Stabilize your glucose through deliberate food choices and precise timing, and you will protect your vision for the long term. If unstable blood sugar is one major obstacle to eye repair, oxidative stress is the other. Modern research now classifies age-related vision loss as an oxidative disease, driven by long-term cellular damage from light and oxygen exposure. In plain terms, your eyes face a constant double-edged demand. They need light and oxygen to function, but both generate free radicals, unstable molecules, that attack and degrade proteins, fats, and DNA inside your eye cells. Think of it like this. Your eyes are a high-performance engine running non-stop during the day. The longer it runs, the more exhaust it releases. Each time your photoreceptor cells convert light into an electrical signal, they produce oxidative waste. Your body has built-in filters to manage that waste: antioxidants, such as vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, and glutathione. Their job is to neutralize free radicals before they inflict permanent damage on the retina and lens. Here's where the problem develops: antioxidant reserves decline with age. Older adults eat fewer antioxidant-rich foods. Liver production of glutathione drops and chronic inflammation depletes what little remains. By nightfall, when your eyes switch into repair mode, your system is running on empty. The repair mechanisms are ready, but the raw materials are gone. The evidence is clear. The AREDS trial, one of the largest European studies on vision, confirmed that individuals with higher antioxidant intake had a markedly lower risk of advanced macular degeneration. Further research shows that lutein and zeaxanthin found in leafy greens and certain fruits are stored directly in the retina. They act as internal sunglasses, filtering harmful light and suppressing oxidative stress before it causes irreversible damage. The conclusion is straightforward. Without adequate antioxidant supply, your eyes cannot repair. To maintain visual clarity and slow aging of ocular tissue, you must replenish antioxidant levels daily, particularly before sleep, when the body performs its deepest repair work. Prioritize antioxidant-rich foods in the evening. Blueberries. Cherries, kiwis, and pomegranates are exceptional sources of powerful polyphenols and vitamin C. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are uniquely rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, which directly target ocular health. Pair antioxidants with necessary healthy fats. Many of these crucial compounds are fat-soluble. They achieve superior absorption when consumed with a source of fat. For instance, a modest serving of berries with a spoonful of Greek yogurt or a few nuts will yield significantly more benefit than the berries consumed in isolation. Actively support glutathione production. Foods such as asparagus, avocado, and cruciferous vegetables assist your liver in synthesizing glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. This action in turn strengthens your eye's intrinsic ability to detoxify oxidative byproducts during the hours of sleep. Cease activities that deplete antioxidants before bed. Alcohol consumption, smoking, and processed sugar all actively drain your antioxidant reserves. For seniors committed to protecting their vision, even moderate evening alcohol can decisively shift the balance toward irreparable damage rather than necessary repair. Time your antioxidant intake strategically. Research strongly suggests that consuming antioxidant-rich foods in the evening, ideally within 2 to 3 hours of sleep, provides the raw materials precisely when your eyes are entering their critical repair mode. This proves that when you eat is as consequential as what you eat. Oh yes. The fundamental takeaway is this. Oxidative stress acts like a relentless rust gradually spreading across your lens and retina. Antioxidants are the essential rust removal crew. If you enter the night with no crew available, the damage is guaranteed to accumulate. But by deliberately supplying your body with these protective molecules in the evening, you are literally giving your eyes the required shield for the vital repair window. Most people think melatonin only makes you sleepy. That's wrong. It's not just a sleep hormone. It's one of the body's strongest antioxidants, and it's vital for protecting your eyes. Here's what actually happens. Melatonin is made in the pineal gland, but your retina also produces its own supply. That means your eyes create melatonin right where protection is needed most. This local melatonin reduces oxidative stress, lowers inflammation, and drives the detox and repair work your eyes perform at night. Think of it like this. You can either bring in outside workers for a repair job or hire skilled workers who live on site. Your eyes choose the second option. They make their own melatonin to keep nightly repair running efficiently. The problem: melatonin production drops as you age. Older adults produce far less, and modern habits make it worse. Bright lights at night, late eating caffeine, and alcohol all block melatonin release. So just when your eyes need protection the most, your defenses are weakest. Evidence is clear. Studies show that melatonin slows the progression of macular degeneration and glaucoma. In one long-term study, seniors who took small, nightly doses of melatonin had significantly less retinal thinning. Melatonin isn't just for sleep, it's an active defense system for your eyes. Control evening light. Dim your lights after sunset. Avoid screens close to bedtime or wear blue light-blocking glasses. This lets your pineal gland release melatonin on time. Stop eating late. Digestion and insulin spikes suppress melatonin. Finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Eat melatonin-supporting foods. Tart cherries, walnuts, and goji berries either contain melatonin or help your body produce it. Eating them before bed supports both sleep and eye repair. Keep blood sugar stable. High nighttime glucose blocks melatonin. Balanced glucose means stronger repair signals in your eyes. Add the right nutrients. Magnesium and vitamin B6 are required for melatonin production. Eat pumpkin seeds, almonds, or leafy greens in the evening to support this process. The takeaway. Melatonin isn't just about sleep, it's the master switch for your eye's repair system. It directs your retina lens and cornea to detoxify and rebuild overnight. When melatonin is low, that system fails. When it's supported, your eyes repair, protect, and stay sharp. Control your light time, your meals feed your body right, and let melatonin do its job. Now that you understand how critical melatonin is for nighttime eye repair, the next logical step is identifying how to naturally boost it. This is where one specific fruit tart cherry offers a unique dual benefit. Not only does it support melatonin production, it delivers antioxidant power tailored for your eyes. Let's get straight to the point. The one fruit seniors should eat before bed to support natural eye repair is tart cherry. It works because it provides two critical compounds your eyes need at night: melatonin and anthocyanins. Here's the science: tart cherries naturally contain measurable amounts of melatonin. Eating them in the evening doesn't just help your body make melatonin, it delivers a direct, natural dose into your bloodstream. Studies confirm that tart cherry juice raises melatonin levels, improves sleep quality, and reduces nighttime waking. For older adults, that combination, better sleep plus antioxidant protection, is essential for eye recovery. The second key compound, anthocyanins, gives cherries their deep red color. These antioxidants penetrate the retina, protect photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage, and reduce inflammation. Research in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry shows that cherry-derived anthocyanins improve retinal blood flow and oxygen delivery, exactly what your eyes need during overnight repair. Think of tart cherries as a dual action system. Melatonin restores your sleep and triggers repair. Anthocyanins shield your eyes from oxidative stress. Together they form a complete defense and repair loop that few other foods can match. Timing matters. Eat tart cherries in the morning, and you miss the synergy with your body's repair cycle. Eat them in the evening 1 to 2 hours before bed, and they align perfectly with your body's natural rise in melatonin. That's when your eyes begin detox and tissue regeneration. Evening timing is non-negotiable for full effect. Eat a small portion at night. Half a cup of fresh or frozen tart cherries 1 to 2 hours before sleep. If using juice, choose unsweetened. Drink 1/2 to 3/4 cup of pure tart cherry juice in the same time window. Dried cherries are acceptable substitutes. Choose unsweetened versions to avoid glucose spikes. Pair with protein or fat. Combine with walnuts or almonds. This stabilizes blood sugar and adds magnesium and tryptophan, both needed for melatonin production. Be consistent. Clinical results come from regular nightly use over several weeks, not from a single serving. Tart cherries are not a casual snack. They are a functional food that directly supports your body's nightly eye repair system. Taken consistently, they improve sleep quality, reduce eye dryness, sharpen morning vision, and strengthen long-term retinal health. Make it a nightly habit. Your eyes will respond with measurable resilience. You now understand the root causes of eye aging, unstable blood sugar, and oxidative stress, and how melatonin and tart cherries counteract both. The next step is implementation. This is your non-negotiable nightly protocol, a precise sequence designed to give your retina lens and cornea the optimal conditions for repair during sleep. First, make sure you finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Why? Because eating too late keeps your blood sugar high, and that blocks melatonin, which your eyes need to repair themselves. So this isn't just a nice tip. It's essential if you want your melatonin to actually work. Step 2. About 1 to 2 hours before bed, have some tart cherries or a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice. This gives your body melatonin plus antioxidants like anthocyanins right when your eyes are starting their repair cycle. If you can't find tart cherries, Blueberries or kiwis are okay substitutes, but honestly, cherries are the best choice because they naturally contain melatonin. Step 3. Don't eat the cherries alone. Pair them with a little protein or healthy fat like a few walnuts, some almonds, or a spoonful of Greek yogurt. That combo helps stabilize your blood sugar, and it also gives your body what it needs to make melatonin, things like magnesium and tryptophan. Step 4. After the sun goes down, turn the lights down too. Try to avoid screens or at least use blue light filters or glasses. Your brain only makes melatonin in darkness, so bright light basically tells your body to delay repair. Darkness is your signal. It's time to start fixing things. Step 5 is super simple. Just take a 10-minute walk after dinner. That quick walk can lower your blood sugar and improve blood flow, which helps nutrients actually reach your eyes while you sleep. Step 6. Set up your bedroom for real rest. Make it cool, dark, and quiet. Even a little bit of light, like from a street lamp or device, can block melatonin. So use blackout curtains or a sleep mask if you need to. And finally, step 7. Don't forget that what you do during the day also matters. Your eyes repair at night, but they need the right building blocks, and you get those from what you eat during the day. So try to include foods like spinach, asparagus, and avocado. They help your body make glutathione, one of your most powerful antioxidants. Vision protection isn't built in one night. It's built through hundreds of nights of correct behavior. Eye health, like structural maintenance, demands regular attention. Skip the routine and damage accumulates. Follow it and repair compounds over time. Choose one step and apply it tonight. Eat earlier. Dim the lights or try tart cherries before bed. Build one habit at a time until all 7 become automatic. Your eyes don't need motivation, they need method. Execute this routine, and over time you will see literally the results. Clearer mornings, steadier vision, and a measurable slowdown in ocular aging. You now have a clear framework. Eye decline is not caused by age alone. It's the result of an interrupted repair system. Each night, your eyes are supposed to restore themselves, but that process fails. When blood sugar is unstable, oxidative stress is unchecked. Melatonin production drops, and nutrients are missing. Here's the biological reality. During the day, your retina and lens absorb constant damage from light, oxygen, and metabolism. At night, your body is programmed to reverse that damage. If glucose stays high, antioxidants are depleted, or melatonin is blocked, that repair process cannot complete. The outcome is predictable: blurred vision, dryness, and gradual progression toward cataracts or macular degeneration. This can be reversed. You can stabilize blood sugar in the evening. Replenish antioxidants. Protect melatonin and use tart cherries to trigger the repair cycle. When you do, your eyes perform the maintenance they were designed for. You wake with clearer vision, stronger focus, and measurable resistance to aging. Think of your eyes as a nightly repair site. If you provide the right tools, darkness, nutrients, and steady blood sugar, the work gets done. If you fail to provide them, the system breaks down. The responsibility is yours. Your habits decide the outcome. Take action tonight. Choose one direct change. Finish dinner earlier, dim your lights, or take tart cherries before bed. Observe the difference tomorrow morning. Clearer vision. Steadier. Energy. Sharper thinking. Your body responds fast once you stop disrupting its repair cycle. Your vision will not maintain itself. You must maintain it. Protect it. Support it. Give your eyes the precise nightly care they require to stay strong and functional.